And here we are. Oh, wait, we're all wiggling. Oh, no. The wiggle instincts took over. Ay. So, episode 18. We've been doing this for a bit. We've got a lot of guests going on, and the city is, already being smashed by this guest, huh?
Yes.
Ay. You know, it's fair enough, though. Lulu gets to be giant, Lulu gets to smash. Right?
Wow!
Ay. Another one already. Oh, Lord, this city is definitely doomed, but that's fine, right?
Disrespect your surroundings today.
Yes. So, if any audience members wound up in those buildings trying to spectate, aware? I know Cloudy likes to sneak audience members up there, so...
Hey, I gotta make revenue somehow, right?
Anyway, get your demon health insurance today.
There we go, demon health insurance. Gonna keep you very safe, right?
We also have life insurance just in case.
Oh, that one might be a little bit more useful given the size of the problem right now, right? So, welcome everybody. We've killed some time for the pre-roll ads that Twitch inevitably does, so hopefully people who are here can catch the introductions. Welcome to Big Squeak Inc. Interviews, episode 18. I'm Saruroku, the usual host. Across the table from me, we have our usual co-host, Cloudy.
Hello.
And our lovely guest for the day, Kuromiya Lucian. Is that how I pronounce it? Did I say it right?
Yeah, you did well.
Okay. Lulu, welcome.
Wow, nice to meet everybody. My name is Lulu. I'm 666 years old, and keep your cheese because I'm lactose intolerant.
Good. Cheese is safe. Which means Cloudy's probably safe too from, getting snacked on, right? With that cheese by the ear.
Heck.
Hey.
Heck.
Yeah, indeed. So, with this being how it be, we've got a whole host of questions to go through and a whole host of shenanigans to pull. But one of the first things I like to start off with is just helping familiarize the guests with their current height, because I imagine you're not normally towering over buildings.
I'm 6'6", so we're getting pretty close.
Yeah, 6'6" is definitely getting close, but if we add, a 0 to that and make it all feet, 660 feet? Or should we add an extra 6 in there and, go for the 666 feet?
Yeah.
Alright, 666 feet tall for today, huh? Towering over buildings and already smashed 2 of them, so... You're used to being tall, but how does it feel to be so tall that, anybody in the audience could probably fit atop a finger?
I find it intimidating, but also whoever's in this building, you guys are next. Listen. You are looking extremely crunchy today. You wanna...
extremely crunchy.
Hello? Any volunteers? Anybody like Arby's? Anybody wanna sit in some curly fries?
Sit in some curly fries? Ooh, curly fries and audience members? No, please, my renter's insurance from a Silver Phoenix. Listen, if you paid Cloudy for the seat up there during the interview, you should have signed the waiver too, right? You got a waiver?
About that waiver, that don't exist.
Oh, so nobody signs the waiver because nobody survives sitting up in the tower then, huh?
Yeah, exactly, because I make revenue that way,
Ay.
Yeah, see, there's a little... Yeah.
Oh, Lord. So, welcome everybody once again. We have our Godzilla-sized friend over here with the interview guest spot, and we're gonna start off with a relatively straightforward question that seems to catch some people by surprise. So, question number 1 for the interview. Who are you?
Oh, if I only knew.
Alright, that's something like nobody really knows who they are
You
when they just
know?
are asked immediately, right?
Yep.
It's like when you get asked for the first time, what's your favorite TV show? What's your favorite game? And you're like, I've never seen a piece of media in my life.
What's your
Thank you
favorite
for asking.
color? You know. And then you pick one in kindergarten and that sticks for the rest of your life. Like, I was 3, but this is my favorite color forever now.
Or you update it and people still gift you things in the same color and you're like, thanks. Wow, thank you.
I like new color better now, but you know, it's fine, thank you.
You got a receipt for that one?
You can't exactly, you know, just say it, otherwise they'll be like, oh, I thought oh no, now I feel bad for giving you a gift. Oh no, sorry. Right?
No, that's so tragic. We need like 5 gifted for that.
Ay. So, to go with the question though, yes. Who are you? What's your story? What do you do? Literally, who are you? What's going on?
My name is Kuromiya Lushin. You can call me Lulu because that name is very long.
Lulu.
I didn't realize that when I spawned here on Earth in 2020. You know, I thought you couldn't go any more wrong than 2020, but a long name
Aw.
apparently is pretty wrong.
Yeah, 2020 is a very interesting year to come to Earth. I'm sure you saw a lot of 2020, and I want to say Earth normally isn't like that, but it hasn't stopped, has it? It just hasn't stopped.
Now we still have Fortnite. I think we're not getting over that anytime soon.
Yeah, that is very true, and that just keeps spiraling out of control, doesn't it? Just how many different characters from how many different shows and universes just sit on the same screen, look completely out of place. Right? Like what? I'm completely out of touch with all that. Last I heard was stuff like Naruto, Kakashi, and Sasuke all getting in. I imagine they've got some even more ridiculous character mashups to throw around, huh? Ay. But, hello, Lulu.
Hello.
So, you showed up and, started roaming about Earth 2020, you sound like you said, yes?
No, I bought
No?
I bought a bookshop.
Oh.
I can't read. I still can't read, but the bookshop's pretty pog. I like it. Smells nice. Good customers. Good souls. Free rent.
Wait, you run a bookshop, yes?
Mhm.
But you can't read?
Well, if you count picture books, yes. But English isn't my spawn language, so I should have probably picked a different country. I don't know.
You know, that's reasonable. English being a second or later language is definitely rough. Listen, I speak English as a first language, and it is a mess.
True.
It is absolutely a mess.
It's pain.
So, why a bookshop then if you have difficulties reading in English?
Oh, aesthetically, it's very pleasing. Like, have you ever seen like someone's Pinterest board and they were like, "Oh yeah, you look at books and black coffee." I was like, "Yeah, that's a good disguise on Earth. Yeah, I like that."
You know, that's fair enough. Reasonable disguise. Most people will walk into a bookshop and they won't care whatever you're doing if you run the shop, right? Okay, that... I was not prepared for that combination of factors, though. Because that's probably, part of why you pick the bookshop. Most people expect whoever's running the bookshop to be really well-read, right? They could go ask about pretty much any book and you'd have something to say about it. That's the thought.
Probably. I'd be like, they smell very nice, so I think it's good. Like, have you ever smelled a freshly printed book? Like, they're pretty. They smell delicious.
Delicious is not the word I'd use for it, but I can get that. I can get behind that. Ay. So, let's say I know very little about you other than we show up right now and, oh, pretty lady towering over the city. How would you introduce yourself and explain who you are or what some major characteristics of yourself are.
I'm very tall. I'm very stupid.
Oh no.
I played a video game and I'm colorblind. I also dropped out of high school. I think I should have led with that.
Fair enough, fair enough. It be how it be, and school's definitely not for everybody's. I'm hoping that you're finding your way even without it, right?
Yeah, there's so many human souls to consume. I'll do just fine. The good old $4.99 plus tax. Wink, wink.
The tax is your soul. I see. Ay. Well, fair enough, fair enough. In which case, how about, is there a particular story to how you started and found a bookstore to run, or why you eat souls?
Well, I'm a demon, and the sleep paralysis demon business isn't going so well with everyone staying up every single night, streaming for 24 hours.
Sorry.
You're putting us out of business here.
Listen, only a couple of people stayed up with me the whole time. I'm sure people are sleeping, right? I apologize.
Hi, I'm guilty as charged. How you doing?
Dear chat, press X to doubt now.
Oh no. The apology is genuine, although the sleep is definitely doubtable over here.
Same, honestly.
Ay. So, sleep paralysis business and not going so well?
No, it was going horrendously. But also, it gets kind of boring in hell. The good old fire and brimstone. Ooh, I don't like the warm, so I chose Earth.
Well, there's a lot of warm and cold all over the place, depending on where you picked. I know over here where I'm sitting, there hasn't been snow in like 2 decades, so cold is a myth. So, it definitely depends where you've picked, because I would hate for you to have gone and go, hell's too hot, let's go, and then you pop up in the middle of a desert where it's just hell but dry. Right?
Hell, but even drier.
Yes. Just so much drier. You got sand everywhere, and now you're just confused and not in hell, which would be an improvement as long as you survive the desert, right?
Cacti are drinkable, right?
Are
they drinkable?
I think it depends.
Is that cactus cooler inside the cacti?
I'm not sure, but I've heard it's the quenchiest. And you may or may not hallucinate after drinking cactus juice. I do not know. Ay.
I've never been to a desert before, so I'm intrigued now, but also kind of scared. What if I sunburn?
Yeah, that is definitely a major issue. If you go over to a desert, it's counterintuitive that you want to be completely covered up, basically, right? Because you'd expect, oh, it's hot, we need to be wearing, very light clothes as little as possible, right? But no, you gotta cover up, you gotta make sure you're not getting exposed to the sun, gotta block out all the heat, so much and so forth, so... Especially if you're unprepared, the desert is not a comfortable and welcoming place. Ay. And it looks like we do have a question in chat. And this is a good time to bring up, if you do have a question you want to ask Lulu or either of the interviewers, feel free to throw it in chat as well, and we will get to it when conversation allows. So, our chat question for right now, from Forgotten Sword. Questionable place to choose. Aren't there planets with cooler species out there than Earth?
Listen. There's limited backdoors out of hell. Sadly, Europe was the only option. I also sadly don't know all the planets. I think I can do from the top of my head. I can get to like three. No, wait, the sun. Two.
Which two?
The moon is the moon's a planet, right?
The moon's a moon.
Okay, one.
Yeah.
Like one.
Like...
No, wait, there's one more. There's the one that's not a single lady that has a halo. And Earth. Earth is a planet, right? Earth is a
Earth
planet.
is in fact a planet. I'm just trying to like wrap my head around what was the other planet you described? How did you describe?
Not a single lady
Not a single lady, but
with a halo.
has a halo. Are you
Mm-hmm.
Saturn? Are you trying to say Saturn, or is that
Saturn,
yeah, Saturn? Okay.
Yeah, I was like, wait,
That is
Saturn.
that has got to be one of the most interesting descriptions for a planet I've heard, but you did get a second planet. Yeah, that would in fact be Saturn, yes. So, I'm not sure you'd have liked going to Saturn. I'm gonna be honest. Big ball of gas. You show up on
Bad
the
real
surface
estate.
and then you just fall. And that's about it. Gas giants, you know? There's
Sounds
not
kinda
really a floor.
stinky.
It probably very stinky. Very stinky, very heavy. Ay. So, you were in hell doing your sleep paralysis business. Business was bad, and you escaped to Europe.
Yeah,
That about sums it up?
yeah, that's about it.
Then you found did you find a bookstore and, like, took it over or purchased it, or did you build your own?
Let's say purchased it.
Let's say there's something a little ominous about the way you said that.
Listen, if it's an abandoned building, no one's gonna ask any questions, right? Right?
You
They
know?
don't. No. If you clean it up a little bit nicely, that's fine.
You know,
Don't even worry about it.
I
Don't
think,
even worry about it.
I think there in some places there's actually laws like that where if you take up residence somewhere but you are clearly improving the property, you get squatters' rights, where you improve the property, it's clearly far better because you are there, you're allowed to be there. I forget the specifics, but I've heard something like that, so it sounds like you've got the right idea then.
You make that sound so legit. It's nice. It's like lying on your CV.
I mean,
rewording it to sound very professional.
honestly, not lying on your resumes is kind of how you don't get hired, I found. I try to say honest things, and then it's like, oh, yes. Well, you don't have 7 years of experience with 1 year after college or university, so we're not going to hire you. It's like, what? Ay. But I do think I'll have to do some research on it at some point, but in some places the improving of a property is definitely a factor if it's abandoned. So I think you got a good case over there. I was very worried that you just walked into a random bookstore, talked with the owner for like a few minutes, and then just ate their soul and is like, I own this now.
No, I originally possessed a human to get around Earth for the first few months. But it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Don't
worry about it.
Don't worry about it?
Don't worry about it. I needed some startup capital, some human souls. Swap out my OG body.
I agree with someone in chat. I'm gonna worry about it. I worry. It's what I do, okay?
I'm not so worried.
I see. Across the table, you could probably be convinced to point some of the extra audience members over to somewhere for more souls, right? Cloudy funneling audience members into the tower over there. Ay.
Free pizza on top of the tower.
Free pizza on top of the tower. All right. As well, if you make it to the top of the tower, you get a real nice close-up of Lulu's face there, right?
Look into my nostrils and tell me what you see.
It's a perfect once-in-a-lifetime photo op up there, right? Up into the nostrils. Just look up the nose. Sounds ominous. And hey, you got something against pineapple and pizza? Come on, Hawaiian pizzas.
Beef and chop.
Ay. Alright, well, I think that covers, the introductory question, figuring out who you are and how you got here, more or less, right? So, I'm going to move on to some questions that relate to your activities during your time streaming. So, well, before we do that, it looks like we have a question that, I don't fully understand, but perhaps you can be more enlightening for. Let's see.
Oh,
Is Lulu or Moton your real form?
oh, it's Mutong,
Muton?
Mutong. I have a
Mutong.
sheep form. If you feed
Okay.
me enough souls, I turn into a sheep.
Ah, I see. That might also explain a thing or two about the books smelling tasty, right?
Yes.
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 All right. So you corrected the way I say it, but did you also answer the question, or did you just excitedly go Muta
Oh, I
Muta?
just went Mutong. I'm sorry. It's a
Because
reflex. It's a
it
reflex.
sounded
I'm
like
sorry.
it sounded like that was your answer for a second. It's like, oh, the sheep is the real form, right?
Yeah, the sheep is the real form.
The sheep is the real form.
Sheep is the
Okay.
real form.
Well, there you have it. Sheep form, real form. So you eat enough souls and do you just get lazy, or do you get enough power and turn back into sheep form?
To digest souls, you need to become cute and fluffy and adorable. But if you get too many souls, you turn into Jeff Bezos.
You know, that makes a lot of sense actually, and I am concerned for a lot of people. Ay. All right. Well, with that chat question there, let's see. Back to the mainline questions, the shenanigan questions. We're gonna go with some questions over your time streaming. And the first question I'm gonna lead in with is, are there any experiences, good or bad, that really stand out in your memory regarding your time streaming?
Let's see. I don't know if it's particularly good or bad, but I was doing a subathon some time
Mm-hmm.
ago, and it was finally coming up on the final 3 minutes, and I was so happy it was finally going to be over.
Yeah.
And then boom, top 10 anime betrayals.
Oh no.
Extended by 3 minutes, extended by 3 minutes, extended.
Oh no, they played with your heart and freedom right there, huh?
What is freedom? I stream on Twitch.
Oh no, that is yeah.
That's true.
Well, related to streaming on Twitch, we got a question in chat relating to something earlier as well. How many souls to become Jeffy Boy? Asking for a friend. 4 asks in chat.
It's 20. It's 20. It's the real capitalism.
20 whole souls, like not partial souls or soul fragments. 20 whole souls.
20 whole souls can be prime souls, or at least one of them can be prime souls. Did you guys know that if you have an Amazon Prime account,
you can pledge your prime soul?
Mhm.
I see. I'm learning a lot more about souls than I thought I was going to. Souls are, normally they're a lot more nebulous of a concept in conversation, right? But you're just, talking about souls left, right, and center and have exact counts on souls.
I can't believe you're not, more into souls with dark souls and everything around. It should become pretty normalized. Like souls as a coffee sweetener, dark souls, medium souls.
That's fair. I may, get orchestrized by, run out by chat for this one, but I'm not personally a fan of the Dark Souls parts of it. I like Bloodborne. Bloodborne was entirely my speed, but the Dark Souls main games is like, everything felt too slow for me, too heavy. It just wasn't my speed for some reason. So
That's okay. That's okay. I'm also very bad at Dark Souls. I mean, very slow at Dark Souls. Very slow at Dark Souls.
Yeah. Oh, we got a comment on about that in the chat too. Let's see. Lulu liked Dark Souls. She liked the first boss so much she fought him for 3 hours. Oh no.
Felt that pain.
Oh, Gundyr, my beloved.
Well, fair enough. I'm gonna get distracted for just a moment with this, but can you cook souls?
If you can cook, yeah.
If you can cook,
I'm not allowed in the kitchen anymore.
Oh no. Wait. Did you burn something down?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, let's say that. Yeah. That sounds better. I'm on a steady quest to get blocked by Gordon Ramsay. One day, it's not one day.
I was about to be like, is the bookstore you have the second bookstore after you burn down the first one, and then you... Is it
No
worse than that?
Please, no further questions.
No further questions. All right, we will refrain from discussing cooking as best I can then. I
don't know
was
if you're ready for sweet pasta as well. I'll keep it for now.
I will I'll refrain from bringing that up. I will bring up the one chat question as well, just because it's still slightly related, but you can decline this one. Can you microwave souls?
Yes, it's like, have you ever put peeps in the microwave? Like the little...
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like
Where
that.
they,
They'll get
bloat
just-
up
they
as the
just
marshmallow
float.
expands and puffy souls.
Yeah, it's the best thing. You put that into a cup and then you put your coffee over it.
I see,
Supreme.
I see. That sounds like utter agony for whoever soul that was, but all for a good drink, right?
It's too late now.
It's too late now. Lulu has your soul.
Read the terms and conditions of your Amazon Prime subscription.
Ay. Yes, you've handed over your prime soul. You are doomed to
You are
become
now
a coffee
doomed
flavoring.
eternity.
All right. So, the one big standout experience for you that sticks in your mind when we ask about it is the subathon extending of a goal right at the finish line then, huh? Where you thought you were done and then just another bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, streaming also has taught me that I'm probably, in the depths of my heart, a furry, but...
That's fair though. Streaming definitely lets people learn a bit about them and stuff that really concerns them as well. Because I'm sitting here being like, I just like being big. So I give the chance to, interview guests to be big or small. Because it is something that amuses me. So, Giant Lulu. Here we are. I 100% understand discovering something like that and being like, oh, well, this is it now, huh? Let's see. Anything else, moment-wise in streaming that is a standout memory, like the, betrayal of chat extending the deadline?
There's a few raids that really stand out to me, but I don't know. I don't know if that's as interesting to chat.
Well, we can also, pivot over to another question based off of that, so... Moving to a next question. Jeez, my brain is still not fully awake after that 24-hour stream. You could tell by that pause.
Just a slight
I don't know
pause.
if it's a 24-hour stream or if it's me affecting your IQ and lowering it by the minute.
I'm gonna go with the 24-hour stream, but if you're just lowering my IQ, can I ask you at least take the IQ points and keep them? As opposed to we wind up dropping them on the floor between us because we both forget that they're there.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to do math. I'm sorry.
Listen, I know rocket science. You can take a few of the IQ points and keep them. I'll give you some of the math loaner bits, okay?
Okay.
You can steal the math IQ points. There you go. Yes, I do also go om nom nom with people, whereas Lulu goes om nom nom with their souls, so between the two of us, we could, waste not, want not, right? With anybody who stops by.
And I capitalize on all the money.
Business opportunities.
Yes.
Business opportunities,
Yes.
I see. Alright, so... The next question I was going to segue to on the topic of raids was, are there any inspirations or major influences on the streaming or content creation side of thing that you'd like to talk about and how they've influenced your streams and what you do?
I'm still fairly new to VTubing and the internet as a whole.
Oh.
I'm really old, like I'm ancient. I'm 666. My first console was an Atari. Listen, I'm ancient. I'm crunchy. So I very recently got into watching streams, and I wouldn't have gotten into VTubers if it wasn't for YouTube algorithm dumping this onto me. And like, here, hey, you like anime? Here, have this, you freaking weeb.
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
You
Algorithm.
Yeah,
evil.
algorithm. Yep.
All right. So, who were some of the which VTubers or which clips really convinced you that this is something you wanted to try? Then.
There was a few Niji Sanji like compilations I watched first, so I went straight to Twitch and I was like, hey, English, English, can I have something in English? English is the language I'm studying. Listen, give me this. There's Candy, Australian VTuber that I really like. She's up there as like a really comfy streamer, and I loved her
Okay.
stuff. I went, listen, if I can be this comfortable on a microphone one day, I'd be happy.
Well, good. That sounds like we've got the one major inspiration then. Anybody else that comes to mind for early watching that you were, well, just watching or having a good time around?
There's Momo, Project Momo with a K. We're low key friends now, and that still scares me because she's way too cool a person.
Oh yeah, I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
You get to meet some of your inspirations of the people you started off watching, and then it's like, wait a second,
Wait a
how am I
minute.
talking with you? What timeline is this, right?
I think I was like 5 months into VTubing, and I got invited to a collab, and I went,
Ah.
and I never recovered.
Understandable. You know, I think I've got a little bit of the same situation here where if I actually stop to think about it, I'll look over there and be like, oh heck, how did I get you on an interview? Oh no. How are you here talking with me? Panic. So I definitely understand that. All right, that sounds like that covers the inspirations and influences where you saw some clips, you visited a couple of streams and was like, well, now you're doing this, right?
Yeah. I was going to start streaming without a face cam because I'm sorry. I'm sorry, genetically, I'm not very blessed.
Oh,
I'm very
no.
fugly. I'm very fugly in my flesh form. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I was gonna start streaming just without or with like a little picture, like a PNG, and then I realized that people were already doing that within VTubing, like PNG tubing.
Yep.
And I went, hey, listen, there's too much money in your wallet. How would you like to be animated?
You know, it's definitely an expensive thing to get into in some avenues, huh? If you want a fully custom thing, you gotta pay a lot of people for a lot of good work, right?
And then you want to be 2D, but you also want to be 3D, and then you also want to have multiple outfits. I feel that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of multiple outfits, I may have splurged a little bit myself and was like, okay, another outfit for the fancy model too. So I understand the wallet pain.
Same here. Hi, how you doing? Perfect example of multiple outfits. Oh my god.
So it does sound like you've been well, you figured out what you were doing relatively quickly, although from what I recall there's been a couple of redesigns.
I originally
Oh.
I made my first design originally based off of a set of pajamas that I owned. And, hey, this is a good idea, let's go. And I got my first model made. And then a few months and I was like, listen, this isn't hot enough.
You know, that is definitely understandable. There's a lot of some people are pointing out as well as like, hey, you know, we've been noticing a lot of people redesigning and they just, you know, they turn up the sexiness, they turn up the sexy sliders like they gotta become hot next. And it is definitely a bit of a trend for a lot of people, huh?
Oh yeah.
So, would now be a good time to bring up the 3.0 design and ask about a bit of your thought process with that.
That's a beautiful segue. Paul Blart would be so proud of you.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yes,
So,
please.
yes, please. All right, let's bring this up and kind of block out everything for just a moment so that people can get
Yeah.
a full look. So, that's your 3.0 design, yes?
Yes, it's not the finished model yet. It's just the outfit design. Ba, ba, ba.
Ba, ba, ba. We'll leave it
Ba.
by
You see that?
the
You see
table
that
for a
dress?
minute.
That dress? It's in the open in the back. Oh,
Oh.
cheap.
Ay, ay, ay. You know, it definitely looks nice, although when looking at your current design, I've been thinking, hey, that's a definitely very pretty design as well. It's like, oh no, if I'm not careful, I'm just gonna be like, ooh, pretty, and staring off into space for hours. So,
Oh,
have you, were you the one who thought about the outfits and the designs, or did you ask particular people about the outfits and designs?
no, I hire people who know what they're doing. I draw like a toddler. On top of on top of being colorblind, it's not a good choice.
So the outfit design and direction, you just had a few people that know what they're doing and ask them for that? Did you give them a direction, or did you just say, okay,
The
make me
current one
hotter?
I have was I want to keep the glasses from my OG model, and then just
Mm-hmm.
go ham. That's it, just go ham, and my mama went ham, and here I am.
That's fair, that's fair. And they definitely did a good job then.
With the new one, I have like updates to the lore I want to add. So I went, listen, we need to have like a priest outfit, wink wonk. But give it a confession window, like a little like a confession booth window that's like in the cleavage, so you can make it open or not open. The later it gets in the stream.
My brain's just trying to reconcile the idea of a boob window and a confessional booth at the same time. And
It was a good idea at 3 a.m. Okay.
honestly, it is a good idea, but it's also like, how do you get those two ideas to meet? What's the train of thought for a second there?
Okay. Step 1: no think.
Oh, right. I forgot the first rule of VTubing.
Brain in the fridge.
No brain, no think,
No,
only post.
head empty.
Head empty.
All right, that
Smooth, aerodynamic. Let's go.
oh yes, smooth brain, small brain, able to dodge blows to head, resistance to damage.
Yes.
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 Bonk leaves dent.
All right. I'm still just flabbergasted by the boob window confession window as well. Just like, I'm half imagining like at this scale, we don't even have to imagine if Lulu went behind the tower again. It's just like, okay, some of the higher floors probably have a access to the confessional, and is like, oh no, don't jump out over to the squish. Yep. So, any audience members?
I'll catch you guys. Hold on. I got.
Any audience members that paid Cloudy for the tall seats are probably heckin' dead. But
And
also,
that's a solid paycheck to me. Thank you very much.
you were getting your money's worth until she smashed the building, right?
Parking garage now.
See, I got double capital, I got
open
money.
air. It's got a new open air design. It's very is probably very good ventilation, right? Good place to make sure things stay dry if you got to dry out some books or repair something. There we go. All right. So, moving back into the questions, are there any communities you've been involved with in your time doing this or prior to your time on Twitch and streaming that you want to talk about or bring up as part of your experiences?
Like specific gaming communities? Or-
Specific gaming communities, just like certain groups, or, people who are into the occult, or I believe I've read something about tarot cards as well. There might be communities related to learning that. I'm not sure. Just any topic, any gathering of people that you were engaged with. What sort of communities have you been in that are of note to you?
So I'm part of retail toilet cleaning. Prior to becoming a streamer, that one was a very low point, but it was fun. Question mark.
That
I used to read tarot cards professionally. That's why I sometimes do that still on stream. But I haven't found time, or I don't know. I guess people are not as much into it anymore. It was pretty big on Twitch when I first started, but sadly not so much at the moment.
Yeah, Twitch trends tend to bounce all over the place
Yeah, they're
real
all
quick,
over.
right?
I was hoping to be the VTuber hot tub streamer, but I guess that also didn't last longer than a week.
Oh yeah, that entire thing built
Oh, that's
up and blew
hilarious.
over in like what was it, a couple of weeks?
I think like maybe a month.
Maybe
honestly.
a month.
Yeah, maybe a month tops.
Ay.
No more sheep soup. Pour
Sheep
one out for
soup.
sheep soup tonight.
Sheep soup, huh?
Sheep soup.
You know, normally I'm the one sitting around being giant, and I don't think you want to bring up the idea of sheep soup around me most of the times, because I'll be like, oh no, you're tasty. And that's
It'll be
probably...
$4.99 plus tax.
I see. So I gotta, really question if I want to pay that soul tax, huh? Alright, fair enough. So, I was going to save it for later, but I'm curious and it's been brought up. So, tarot readings, huh? Tarot cards?
Yeah.
I've been genuinely curious about them, but I don't know much aside from the vagueness of there's a bunch of cards which have their sign, and if they're upside down, it means the opposite. And that's about all I know.
Depending on which deck you're using and how you're reading them, yeah. Some
Okay,
people don't read like inverted, upside down cards at all. Like I don't like doing it that much. A, because it's easy, and B, because it's less confusing for the person getting the reading.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, a lot of the stuff that I think I know is also just like optional depending on the person reading and depending on the day.
It
Alright.
also depends on the questions. Like I used to do very long readings that are like for the next 8 to 12 months. And then there's literally, will this relationship last? No, likely not. If you have to ask, no.
Oh no, that sounds like you've got a few of a particular type of client, and the people usually come in with, interest about their love lives when they go for a reading. Is that one of the big topics?
There's a few groups. There is I'm feeling unsafe in my relationship, please help, but I need someone to physically tell it to me. Where the reading
Oh.
part is optional, where it's just like, please go get help. If you're unhappy there, just leave.
Mhm.
Just leave.
Yeah.
More about people skills sometimes than it is about actually reading the cards. And sometimes
Okay.
it's literally just like, I want to start a new job, but I'm very scared. Please give me some advice, or like hold my hand.
Okay, so there's some parts where you're actually doing readings, but a lot of it is just interacting with people and just trying to help them through whatever situation is in their mind at the time.
Yeah. It's extra difficult because I don't do them in person. I've never done them in person because I have really bad anxiety. And those of my chatters that are in the chat today, hi guys, they know I live in my own basement and I barely ever go outside.
I definitely understand. That's fair enough. Although, I'm not sure how many of the chatters managed to get caught by you before you smashed the building. There was a bit of a viewing party up there with all that pizza, right?
It's okay with pineapple pizza. It was a 50-50.
Oh, no. Yeah. Alright, so... I normally expect tarot card readings and future types of readings to be more about the mysticism and mood a lot of the time, as opposed to actually being like trying to just give good advice, because a lot of the time when you see them in media, especially around where I'm at, it's, hey, psychic scam number 27 has popped up this month. And I imagine
It's really hard to see a difference in people between I'm in it for the money, give me all your cash, $200 of reading, and please just let me do a job, please don't yell at me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is definitely something where, much akin to streaming as well, the bad actors can stand out, and they'll get a bunch of traction because they stand out before you realize, oh wait, there's something not good here, right? So it definitely
think
sounds like rough.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you. I think
No.
it's any community after a certain number. Like, there's always that 1 to 10% that's a bad egg.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll find that anywhere, especially with communities growing, there's always good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
And also misunderstandings every now and then. So
Mm-hmm.
it's more of the size of the people and the percentage than this community's bad. This community is good. You have my seal of approval. No, you have to leave.
Yeah. It is definitely a person thing as opposed to a very specific community thing, because there's a lot of people in a lot of places who, it doesn't matter where you put them, they're still gonna stink, right? They're still gonna make a mess of things. But there's just as many people, if not more, that are there to have a good time, huh? And just actually sincerely do things.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure where I'm going with that, and I said so now I gotta commit to the sentence so.
Oh no.
So.
Oh, when do you want your tarot card reading? I'll give you one if you want one.
What was that? I didn't catch half of that, but I heard the tarot card reading?
Oh yeah, if you ever want a free tarot card reading, just like hit me up after the interview. I'll give you one if you want to.
Deal. Like I said, I've been interested, so I'll definitely go about that. You'll probably have to walk me through some of the process if I have to do more than just sit there with my jaw, going, "Aww," But I've been sincerely interested, and I think I've only seen like one other person, not just like one other VTuber, one other person who actually does tarot readings. So I haven't had many people to ask. So I will keep that in mind for after the talks.
Yay.
And let's see. One more question on this streaming views. And this one, think any scale. You don't have to be restrained by realistic answers. If you want to change it so that the moon's a planet for this interview, that's fine as well. The question is there anything you change looking back over your time streaming, either in or out of your control? So, trying to get the courage to do one thing earlier, changing the moon to being a planet so that you're correct 100% of the time in this interview, anything.
Thinking hard. Hold on, I gotta scoop my brain back in so where it belongs.
Yes, make sure to use all those IQ points that are being siphoned. Yes.
There's not a lot. Like, everything kind of went okay. I just think I wish I would have worked harder from the start. I was still working 2 jobs when I started. So it was like between a day and a night shift I would stream, and then I just sleep whenever I would pass out.
That's...
But I think I could have done more during that time. I only really took it serious as a full-time thing for 6 months now. 6-7 months. Because February is almost over. I wish I would have went this like 100% super extreme hard at that time. Not, at the beginning, not later on.
Understandable. I also feel like if you were doing it between 2 jobs and barely sleeping, it doesn't sound like that's something that's too survivable. A lot of people burn out, and if you were already working 2 jobs and were taking everything like super seriously on streaming, I have concerns, but it's definitely understandable that you'd want to get everything done to the standard you have now, even from the start, right?
I think there's always that FOMO, is it that like fear of missing out if you don't work hard. I get it a lot at the moment because I'm working really, really hard, and I feel like if I take a day off, or if I take a day off because I feel bad or because I'm sick, I'm missing out on something and I could do better. But at the end of the day, health is important too.
Yep.
Yep.
And I will say, and I've seen it quite a bit, just being a relatively passive observer to a lot of the VTuber community and at large, that whole you missed a day and therefore your relevancy drops off or you stop being important, it kind of gets amplified here, where it's literally the case sometimes where you take a month off and you've just vanished from the internet as far as they're concerned, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
scary. I haven't allowed myself to take an actual day off since January, February last year.
I, you know,
Fear.
I completely understand. I'd still recommend taking a sanity day at some point, but I understand the, tension and I don't want to miss out on things, I don't want things to go wrong, and so on and so forth. So, do what you think is best and all that, but, yeah, like you said, your health is important, sanity is important. You gotta take some time and, really savor a soul some days, right?
Sometimes you gotta stick them in the microwave. Pour some coffee over them. Slurp,
Yep.
Excuse me.
Alright. Well, with that question out of the way, this is about the halfway point in my list of questions, so Lulu and Cloudy, if either of you are sitting on questions that you are wanting to ask or topics you want to bring up, feel free. The floor is open.
Yeah, I actually got a couple questions. Actually, yeah. Considering we just talked about basically that, the whole mental break thing. Is there anything like at any point like you feel like there's gonna be like more breaks? You think? Like that's the one thing I gotta ask. Like like streamer to streamer, something like that. That's what I usually ask.
There's a point I'm planning for where I'm wanting to take a 3 to 4 days off in a row that I don't work. Because normally these off days that I have, like this is my weekend, Monday, Tuesday, the demonic
Mhm.
weekend. That's why Mondays suck.
Felt
That's
that.
why you
Felt that
guys
for
hate
sure.
Mondays, because it's the demon Saturday. It's because we have to party, have some bad luck. Our days I spend like fixing tech things. I edit, I work on new stuff, and it's ah.
Yeah, I
It's
felt. I
a
felt
day
that.
off that is 3 hours off, and sometimes it gets pretty taxing. Yay. Yay,
Yeah.
content creator.
Yeah, see, yeah, I felt that for sure because I'm just like, yep, I know the pain. I know that pain too. It's like constantly having to, yeah, again, like we just talked about the staying in the loop of everything, especially. I
And
know
I
that
still
feeling.
upload daily on multiple platforms. I'm sitting here like,
Yeah.
"Yes, let's go!"
Yeah, that is a lot of work.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to like ask also because I was like, how does someone do it on the daily? Because I do see you post on the daily too, so I was like, give that a like. But yeah, that's usually what I like to ask others. That's why. But yeah, that's really all I got. That's all I got in my head right now. Brain's a little.
Oh, that's okay, you're loading. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm loading. My brain's
Cloudy is
loading a little bit.
Yes.
I think it's been loading. I think it's been buffering.
Fair enough. So, any questions or thoughts in your head, Lulu?
I still wanna know what it says on the hat, like on your little red hat. I'm just sitting here
Oh,
like,
oh,
"Oh, like get barbecued!" Oh, I love barbecue.
Yep.
yep,
Let's see. Does that say get smoked?
yep.
You know.
You smoked.
Oh, like a brisket.
Yeah. Gotta smoke some of the foods before you eat them.
Mm.
Exactly.
Yes.
Brisket, pasta. smoked foods.
And I do see a question in chat. Sanity is overrated. What one thing is most likely to bring back your sanity after you lose it?
I'll tell you if I ever find it again.
That is a
No,
good
normally
answer.
I just take a couple hours off. Like I turn everything off and I sit in a corner,
Ay.
pretending to read a book.
Pretending to read the book.
Pretending to read a book. Have a good bit of coffee with nothing in it.
What are your favorite books to pretend to read?
Oh, anything. Anything really. I had a long phase of never reading fiction books. I think it's been like 2 or 3 years, and then recently I've picked some up, and my brain went, "Hey, you will. Would you like that? Would you like to pretend to read this? Okay, I guess. Passion back. Let's go."
Now, a little bit of a follow-up for that with the pretending to read books. Has anybody ever shown up while you're pretending to read and asked you about the book?
Yes, and I hate that. Please stop asking me questions. Screenshot the title, put it into Google. No, actually, I really don't mind. If someone catches me pretending to read a book, how did you get in my basement? Seriously.
You know, I was not prepared for the how did you get in my basement? That's fair, though. That's fair, huh? Alright. Well, floor is still open if either of you wind up with questions or thoughts, but I think we have a couple of questions that are usually asked by one of the chat members if you don't. So, anything off the top of your head?
How many times has the chocolate table been replaced? How many times did you guys eat through it?
Let's see. I count. Let's see. We had me eat it once. Again, 2 other guests ate it. I think the other one I smashed at one point by accident. So 5.
Make sure to count the original Nori interview one as well.
Oh yeah, and then 6. 6 times.
6 tables in 18 episodes. These tables are somewhat durable, huh? They're lasting pretty long.
Has the flavor ever changed? Like, did it become white chocolate at some point?
Yeah, I think at one point. But that was the one that got eaten, so I was like, oh, well, I lost my chance.
Ay. Yeah, the tables have gone through a lot of punishment, although not as much as you think for literally being a giant chocolate bar in front of a giant, right?
True.
It's very tempting.
Well, if you want to eat it, all you got to do is approach and just take it off the rooftop, right? Oh. There's another building. Go bye-bye.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. All right. Let's see. It looks like 4 in chat is agreeing with the earlier how did you get in the basement. Let's see. They bring a book when they're out and about alone and don't want to be talked to. You hate those people that you walk up and ask, what are you reading? Because you're like, I have no idea. I'm not reading. I just don't want to be talked to. That sound about right?
Yeah. When you wear headphones as well. People say like you wear headphones and they come up to you and they're like, hey, you want to have a full-blown conversation?
No.
Oh, or they just,
it's like,
come
no,
up
please.
with the hand and you're like, hey, earphone, hand, where are you? Earphones, just, remove them. Like ears? Hey, person who's ignoring me, ears? You want to just take off your ears and listen to me? Come on, now. Like, no. That's why the earphones are in, right?
That's why they're on.
Ay. Alright. Well, Cloudy, do you recall one of 4's regular questions?
Oh yeah. Four's usual questions, which man, I love the answers every time I've heard them. So, if you were to choose what was it? You were to choose a president of the internet, who
Yes.
would it be and why?
The ruler of the internet. Who?
Yeah.
Oh, you're giving me too much power.
Listen, we're all about giving way too much power. You're
Oh, yeah.
666 feet tall right now, right?
A flesh tuba or a VTuber? Can I be vice president? I don't like to read, but I'd like to be in the pictures.
You know, that's
You know?
fair.
Yeah.
Who would you be vice president to then?
Let's see.
The thinking.
Oh! Do you guys know Anthony Padilla, the interviewer on YouTube? Him. I think he'd be a great
Ooh.
president of the internet.
I am not familiar.
Trying to remember myself.
Technically also a VTuber, so I would count them both premise.
You know, fair enough, though. They'd be your choice for president and you'd be the vice president there?
Yeah. I think that would work.
Now...
Oh, do you know the two bros sitting in a hot tub meme from Vine?
Wait.
Two bros sitting in a hot tub.
Oh my god.
That's his meme. That's why I think he should be president.
Yeah. Alright. Fair enough. You know, just to be a little bit of ominously thinking, so... Vice president, so you don't have to go through any of the paperwork or sign anything, but you're still in the pictures, right?
And I don't have to go to America, because that seems scary. Your food portions are so big. Even as a 666-foot demon, listen, that's a 2-day meal.
Yeah, we give you, you know, an extra large combo and you are full for a week. Right?
I ironically bought a big gulp cup
Oh no.
as a novelty. This is the Pilk cup that chat knows about. It gets filled with Pilk every now and then. It's my hydration station for a 24-hour stream. How is this a quick sip? A gulp? Bro, that's like 20 gulps.
Well, I suppose the train of thought is we just eat way too much for our own good.
Honestly.
And a lot of the time people will pick up a cup like that and they will either drink it continuously, like, yeah, we have Modern in chat saying they drink 3 of those on road trips. And
how far are you going?
That's a thing in USA as well. There's a whole lot of going. Like I mentioned
a whole lot.
prior to the interview, some of the states, you know, you drive 500 miles, you're still in state. Whereas you mentioned
That's
what was
the whole
that?
of Europe.
Yeah. So travel is a whole different scale between USA and Europe. Because if we want to travel across the USA, if I'm optimistic and making a rough estimate, I want to say a 3,000-mile road trip is entirely possible within the borders. And I'm not sure if that's entirely possible in a straight line as well. But there's a lot of travel. And people sometimes just want a really big cup. And then they stop thinking and then they just sip. And sip. And drink. And sip and drink. It is really baffling. At the same time, I get, you know, one of the largest from a restaurant. That's, you know, kind of the size of my forearm now that I think about it. And it's like, okay, I'll drink through 3 of these with a single hamburger just because I need to drink more water.
Is the water at least free?
So, yes, sometimes. And that
Not
is
the TV one, just the regular one.
that's a concerning answer. So, you can get water cups from certain restaurants that are just like a teeny tiny cup, which might just be a regular portion cup for European serving sizes that you can just fill with water. It's transparent, it's clear, you just water cup. If you want a big cup or if you want a water bottle, you gotta pay though. and they will charge you an arm and a leg. That way you can drink a quantity that's an arm or a leg. Ay, ay, ay. And a lot of
That's
the
a
time...
lot of cats.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is a lot. Some places have free refills, some places don't. But the places that don't usually serve like bottled stuff as opposed to on tap. But they really want you to try to drink a lot of soda with your super hyper big gulp size.
Gulp.
That's a lot of soda.
That is a lot of soda.
It's a lot.
It's how they get you hooked. They just stick an entire, blood supply worth of soda in a cup and be like, drink this.
I drink.
Here is your barrel, me sir. Now chug.
I'm just imagining the, so you're familiar with the beer hat type of thing where it's a hat with 2 cans atop and the straw down to the mouth?
Wait, those exist? I thought they were just a joke.
Unfortunately, they do.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
Yep.
I'm free. I want to get one. Where do I get one? I want that for stream.
I don't know.
So helpful.
I imagine a lot of sports-related places might carry something like that as a joke type of thing. But right now, thanks to that barrel comment, I'm just imagining that. But it's 2 giant barrels on either side of the hat instead of the cans. Yes, the soda vampires. Exactly.
The soda vampires.
Alright. And I think for his other usual question... Oh, actually, we have a question from Cutsy Cat in chat. So, Lulu, when a cat asks you to pet them, do you? What do you do?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes to
Yes.
petting. Absolutely. I have 2 cats and I love them. If they could speak to me and ask me to get petted, and also ask me when to stop, that would be great to know. If it's Cutsy Cat, yes, absolutely. 1000% will pet.
1000% will pet.
1000%.
Okay. Good then. And yeah, the when to stop and when to start with petting cats is sometimes an issue, isn't it? Because they'll be minding their own business, they'll be like, okay, it's pet time, and then when it's time to stop, instead of just like saying so, sometimes they'll just go out clawing you, huh?
Disembowel time. Wah! Your hand is the target.
Pet time is over. It is time for violence. So much violence. Makes sense.
And then seconds later, it's like, hey, I love you. Feed me. Please. You're my favorite person. Please. Can I
Big
have a
human
snack?
minion, please feed me.
Peasant, deliver.
Human minion, bring me the foods. Ay. Okay, and time for 4's other usual question in chat. If you were to suddenly be arrested and your face flashed all over the news, what would people think, and what would they think you did?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely an out there question, right?
Yeah.
We get all
That's
sorts
a
of
road trip
reactions.
to radio died kind of question conversation starter.
Mm-hmm.
What would they think that I did or what I actually did?
What would they think that you did?
Oh, that I'm actually 2 giraffes in a trench coat. And it's time to lock me back up because I escaped from giraffe prison. Probably.
Ah. That sounds like it's got a whole story attached to that as well.
They'd be like, wow, Danny DeVito gotten long. What'd he do?
I can't believe they finally caught those giraffes. I thought I was the only one who saw the giraffes. Right?
The long neck. It's the long neck.
Oh no. Ay. And it looks like we have another... Oh no, we've already ruled this one off the conversation, but Silver Phoenix brings up crimes against cooking, probably.
Is it time to fess up? Do you guys want to know my biggest crime in cooking?
I am
According to-
curious.
Okay, but you gotta tell Gordon Ramsay after. I still want to get blocked so badly. When, Gordon? When? Come on.
Oh,
Is
He
that
found the
Sprite
soda hat.
Cranberry? Oh, Sprite Cranberry.
he found the soda hat.
Yes, I found the hat.
What is your greatest cooking sin, then, that would make
Okay.
Gordon Ramsay block you?
Passed down from at least one generation. Pasta. Boil pasta, boil noodle.
Oil noodle?
Get like a pound of minced beef. Put that in a
Pound of
pan,
beef.
fry it with absolutely nothing, just let it stick in there.
Oh,
Get a cup of water, cup of ketchup, half a cup of sugar. If you fancy a little bit of salt, mix it all together. Sweet pasta sauce. You're welcome.
huh.
I will not apologize for art.
I am not sure how to react to that. That is... Oh, and there goes another building.
Oh.
They weren't ready. That was
They
them.
weren't
I
ready.
swear that wasn't me.
Nobody was ready. See, somebody just tried to recreate your recipe there, and they weren't ready for its power, right?
They were not ready.
Mm-mm-mm.
See, this is why you have to let a professional handle the cooking, like Lulu.
Exactly.
Professional sheep, professional chef. It's got at least
Key
one letter in
philosophy.
common. Ay, ay, ay. So, 2 giraffes in a trench coat.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah,
there
what an idea.
is there a story behind that, or is that just like a conclusion that chat came to one day?
No, it's just a conspiracy theory.
Is just a conspiracy
sheep
theory? Sheepspiracy. Okay. You know, that does remind me of another usual question that gets brought up in these interviews, right, Cloudy?
Mm-hmm.
So, another one that's usually an audience question from 4 as well. You know, we have the main conspirator in the Lulu's a giraffe theory in chat. Silver Phoenix, huh?
Silver
So,
Phoenix getting the board ready. The red yarn.
one more question that usually gets brought up is there a conspiracy theory that you think sounds like a reasonable argument, maybe if you ignore some facts or details?
Mm-hmm. Where do I start?
Oh, start wherever you please. I know a good chunk of them, so you can go full in on this.
My favorite one is still that. Have you ever seen women's pants? Like trousers for the British people in the
Woman's
chat?
pants, yeah.
Women's pants. You know how they don't have like front pockets? They
Yeah.
also have like very tiny back pockets.
Yep.
The main conspiracy theory is that they wanted to sell you bags so they can make more money.
Exactly.
But have you ever thought about that? The pockets are just tiny, so your butt looks bigger.
You know?
Do-do-do-do. I want to believe in pockets, but I can't.
I've heard of the selling purses and bags theory, but the tiny pockets so your butt looks bigger theory is not something I've heard of, but it makes perfect sense to my brain. Like, I believe there's I forget where, I think it's Norway, but I don't know. But there's a village of bodybuilders who live in tiny houses so they look even bigger. So, tiny pocket theory, I'm 100% going to believe from now on. Just tiny pockets so that, the butt looks bigger when wearing them, right?
Mhm.
I think that has to be the first time we've had a guest actually just straight up answer it, and then me be completely convinced on their conspiracy. Like, you just stated facts, right?
Nice.
Ay. Alright. Before we move on to any of the other questions... What? Wait, 4. 4 in chat. You gotta go on about it, huh? You gotta get to the point. You can't just go, that's a what? Aye. But before we move on to the next section of questions then, are there any others that have entered either of your minds while we were talking, or are we good to move on?
Is Australia the UK light, or wait, no, is is the UK Australia light, or is Australia spicy UK?
Huh.
There's a lot of ways to
I've
answer
never-
this.
And I've never thought about that. Huh.
And, well, I'm thinking about it.
I never actually thought about that. Huh.
What little I know of the history between UK and Britain and Australia is I would think, Australia is spicy compared to the other way around. Because I vaguely recall a lot of the origins of it being, hey, we're basically using this as a we banish you to prisoner island type of thing, right? That's a lot of the history behind Australia, isn't it?
I think so. I was more thinking about, have you ever heard of the Emu Wars?
The Emu
Oh
Wars.
my god. Oh my god.
I
That's something I remember.
I think that is the only war humanity as a species has lost to a non-human species, right?
Yep.
The emus won that war.
The emus won.
Assuming you don't count the body count, because no humans actually died during that, just the emus.
Just emus, yeah. Nobody else.
I'm sure they were barbecued and got beautiful, big chicken McNuggets made out of them. They'll be fine.
Yes, extra large nugget. Almost as big as, like, American-sized chicken nuggets, right?
Oh man, now you got me hungry.
Wait, they were bigger in the US?
Well, I imagine not really. They're like, I want to say 1 inch, 2.5 to 3 centimeters big, with a roughly 1/2 inch or 1 centimeter tall, give or take. Real rough roundings. So if that sounds, bigger than over in Europe, then yes. If it's not, then we just eat a lot more of them.
Do you guys have like the 20 bucks? Where it's like 20
Yes.
McNuggets? Yes, okay,
I think
good.
we have a 40
You don't have
bucks.
I was gonna say, do you not have a 40 bucks then? Okay, I'm moving. It's decided. It's time. Get me on a big aircraft.
At that size, it may be a bit of a walk and a swim, but we can get you some more drink big if you want to be able to just walk across the planet, then get back over there, right? Oh. We got a little bit of damage on the walk past, huh?
Sorry.
Pay no mind. Listen, it's fine if you're clumsy as a giant, right? You bump into something, it breaks, and what are they gonna do? Yell at you?
Yeah, what you gonna do about it, huh? Who's the bully now? Who's the bully now? Who's too smelly to enter this restaurant now, huh? Wanna go, mate? Wanna take it to the Arby's parking lot? I'd like to see that.
You have been challenged to a fight by 666 feet tall Lulu. Prepare yourselves.
What do you do?
I think the answer is you lose that fight, usually.
Yeah, I was about to say, you just straight up lose.
I don't imagine anybody's, going to be able to defeat you at the Arby's parking lot of that size, right?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Oh no. Well, they're in chat sending, an ominous response. Just send the giant the bills. Oh no.
Is there like a size limit to how long you have to pay taxes? Like after 10 foot, it's okay. You're a treasure now. Like they're not gonna ask Godzilla for the bill.
Honestly, I think if they could ask Godzilla for the bill, they probably would try. Because Godzilla just kind of shows up and smashes, right? And if Godzilla's wallet could accommodate it, they'd try. But that's a good point. I think it goes like this, okay? So you're up to, 10 feet tall, 12 feet tall. You pay a lot of taxes, but you might just be like the world's best basketball player or something, right? You're just too tall for normal people, yeah? You start getting up to like, let's say, 50 feet tall, and then they really can't make you pay the money because it's kind of hard to make money at 50 feet tall, right? So that's
like,
around...
where do I go? What kind of office accommodates me?
I think at 50 feet and plus, they start trying to hire you for construction in order to, give you the oversized clothes and food, right? You just start building buildings like they're Lego sets or something, and there you go.
I was never really good at Lego, but if they trust me with it, I'll do it.
Well, so we've trusted you in the city, right? You're free to, accidentally push over any of the buildings you please. Let's see.
The city's motto is, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Don't worry. There is another idea over there in the chat. At a very big height, you could instead be effectively like the new Statue of Liberty, or just a new statue standing around, just pose, look good for the city, and that's your job, right?
Oh, I'd like that. I'd be in so many pictures.
There'd be a lot of
Can we take a picture with the giant Lulu statue? Okay, but not so long. It's very expensive to stand there. It's $4.99 plus tax.
Mom, can we take a picture with the giant Lulu? Oh, no, the giant Lulu's moving. Everybody take cover.
Oh no, she's sneezing. Quick.
Oh no, and that's how the buildings nearby fell over and everything was doomed, huh?
The rent in there must be really cheap.
Well, as long as you rebuild the buildings, it's probably really cheap. If you don't and you leave it to the people, it's going to be super expensive, right? Because if they have to rebuild it every week, who can afford to have their house rebuilt every week? But, with Lulu construction, big construction, right? If the building collapses, you just put it back together. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how messy you built it, right?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. we don't count here. Like when you build something in Minecraft and you forgot numbers, it's a little bit wonky. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Don't worry. Aye. So around that height,
I see that comment.
You see the comment?
Back in your mouth.
The comment of
your mouth immediately.
Sorry, I had some Arby's in my throat.
Aye. They make some interesting comments when they're making comparisons like that, huh? Aye. So, past 50 feet, that's your job. I think if you get up to the point where the city's only up to, like, your legs or your ankles, I think at that point the city can't really ask anything of you other than please don't crush it, right? So...
I get to steal your lunch money and live in the desert. That sounds amazing.
The question becomes, what can you do with the money when you're that big?
What do dragons do with all that gold? They just take it into a den and then sleep on it? You know what? I'll take it. A couple billion credit cards. I'm comfy.
Yes, modern gold. Modern hoarding means modern solutions, huh? Alright. And now I'm just imagining giant sheep atop a pile of credit cards, eating a book.
Freshly printed.
That's something you could do with all the money from it. Just all the books you can eat.
All you can eat buffet.
Yes.
Crunch.
Crunch. Alright. I think at this point I'm going to move over to some of our second half of questions. And we will carry on. So, first and foremost, I believe recently you've been going through a partner push on Twitch, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, the question becomes, how'd that go, or how's it going, and
Yeah.
there'll be a follow-up question after that.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah.
I don't want to jinx it like I jinxed it the first time round I applied, wink wonk. But as you can guess, if there is a first application, there's probably a second application.
Alright, so it's gotten to the
It's a
point you can
fight.
press the apply button, but it's a little bit ominous as to if it'll happen then, huh?
I don't know. Maybe my application was too long. Maybe I sold myself a little bit too long-winded. Maybe they didn't like that I started with you got any souls?
You know? That's... Maybe they are, maybe they just don't appreciate the humor,
Yeah,
huh?
the humor, yeah.
Don't worry, one day I'll get the one staff member that gets it.
Just like,
Yeah.
I see.
It sounds like it's, at least the actual push has been going well, though, getting you up
Yeah.
there so you can apply like that. And I've heard from a lot of people that it takes multiple applications and almost nobody
Oh,
gets it
yeah.
on their first application, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they do, like, maybe they're lying. Who could...
You know? Yeah, every
Real
time I've heard
conspiracy.
every time I've heard somebody do partner applications, they're like, I got it first try. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
So I have heard from one person who did a partner application through kind of a back door instead of the main method. Because did you know that there is you can apply for partner if you have a demonstratable audience on other platforms than Twitch?
Yeah, if it's like 10K that you have on YouTube, I think you would just automatically
Yeah,
get
there's
in,
stuff
something
like that, and evidently that link in that form of conversation was still open, and they just kind of pushed the button and submitted there, and it's like, oh, they got accepted before hitting the numbers. So
Where's that secret link and who do I have to bully for it?
I think you can, nose around Twitch wikis and settings menus to try to find
see
it.
if you can find it, yeah.
But I just recall that being a conversation, and it was a while ago, so that particular method may not be alive anymore. It may have been hunted down.
It may have despawned not so peacefully.
Yeah, not so peacefully.
Yeah.
Copious amounts of violence.
In-game Twitch stuff, always in-game.
Ay. So, is there any advice you'd give other people or yourself of the past regarding something like a partner push or a major reinvestment into content creation?
Okay, all or nothing mindset will only hurt you. Don't do it.
Okay.
If someone gives you advice, it's probably wrong for you. Don't listen to it. And when you see something that says, work smart, not hard, give it the finger under the table so nobody can write you out for being rude. And work the way that works for you, please, for the love of... Don't do that. Don't do that.
Alright.
I've tried to get for the longest time, like, don't take any shortcuts. Learn the things that can get you good numbers. And then focus on your community because numbers isn't everything.
Mm-hmm. So, a lot of that sounds like it comes down to, people will try to give advice, but you need to do what works for you. Yeah?
Yeah, when I hear stories of like people how they get partnered or what happened, it's always different. There is no
Mhm.
one advice fits all. And if someone tries to sell you one advice fits all, give your money. Buy some sheepium with it. Buy a subscription to my channel with it. Trust me.
Yeah. Listen, self-help book may be only 20 million payments of $19.99, but Sheepium's only, what, $4.99 in tax?
Yeah. Depending where you live, because there is
Depending where you live.
adjusted.
Yes, they did adjust the rates.
Way cheaper now in South America, Germany, Italy, and counting.
Alright. So, really just do what works for you. Be yourself, and, let's see, I believe there was a very interesting I didn't know he hired anybody to do censorship on this show, Cloudy.
I didn't
That's
do
my
it.
PG filter, I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't worry, this stream is marked for mature if you really just want to say the word. Yep.
Uba. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all I wanted to do for a very long time.
Booba nice, I will say. Booba nice. Alright. So, yeah, that definitely sounds like a reasonable advice, although to take the advice you have to really get confused because the advice was don't take advice.
Don't take
To
advice
some-
from anyone. Don't take it.
So, if you take the sheep's advice, you have to not take the sheep's advice. If you get confused, it's working. Alright? Yes.
Wait, maybe.
I thought this was a tactic to confuse them to take the souls.
Yeah, now that you've ratted me out, I can't just sneak around the back and grab them. Listen.
Listen. You don't need to sneak around right now. You're 666 feet tall, right? No.
Yay.
If you really want the souls, you can just go pick them up, wholesale, right?
Costco. We literally got everything.
Or, modern in chat and brings up a point too. And, goodbye building. To quote, mate, she's cute. All she has to do is ask.
Sheep. Never thought of that.
Yeah, just ask for the souls and there you go. You got souls, right?
And here I was doing subathons when I could have just asked.
Ay. It is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
We got the city's motto going. It be how it be. It is what it is. Alright. I think that touches the partner push and content creation questions for me. Next one, to call back to earlier in the interview. So, I think we've already covered this earlier, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about the bookstore.
Okay.
So, I imagine I already know the answer to this, but I wrote it down as a question prior to the interview, so I'm going to still ask it. So, you have a bookstore. Do you write any stories, or do you just gather books?
Boy, do I wish I could write.
Yeah, that's kind of where I thought that was going after earlier's reading as well.
I'm sorry. I have the attention span of like a goldfish. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I wish I could. I wish I could.
You do a lot of things. Finding the time to write is certainly a task, huh? But we did talk about the bookstore and how you mostly have it for the aesthetic. Have you
Also,
ever...
sales are optional. Sales are optional.
Sales are optional?
Sales are
Alright.
optional.
Don't need to sell the books, just need to have the bookstore.
Yeah, because like if you sell them, you have to restock. That's a lot of work. Who wants to do it? Not me.
So, do you just have the open and close sign always flipped to closed even during, quote, working hours?
Maybe.
Maybe? Does anybody ever
Maybe.
visit the bookstore?
Sometimes when I bring out the hot tub, yeah.
You bring out the hot tub. Fair enough. Fair enough. Ay. Do you do hot tub tarot readings?
Not hot tub tarot readings, normally hot tub meme readings. But it's getting pretty close, yeah.
Okay,
Same territory.
I just had to ask. The brain just put two and two together and I had to ask, huh? So, you sometimes pretend to read just to avoid people or to just have a book to eat in case you get hungry. Do you ever sit down at a desk and pretend to write just to look busy?
No, I'm too busy to pretend it.
You're too busy to pretend to be busy. Alright. Too much to fit onto the schedule to pretend to be busy. Understood. Ay. And
I wish I could be one of those people in the coffee stores where they like sit on a table with their little laptops and they just button smash and pretend I'm the next big playwright. Yes. I wish I had your time.
Oh yes, just oh, what are you doing here in a coffee shop in the middle of the day? Oh, I'm writing on my next big piece. You know, I'm going to be famous. They'll be making a movie about it in a year. Like, that type of confidence, huh?
Oh, tell me more. Tell me more. How many pages are you in? Who's your
Well,
agent?
you see, as far as writing, I got the first word done. The lettering on the letter T in the word the is immaculate. And as far as agents go, I am a free soul. I cannot be tied down to any individual helper. Like, yeah. Am I going a little bit ham on the bit?
That's okay. It sounds like me. Just a different niche. Oh no.
It sounds like a different you. Oh no. Fair enough. Alright, and my other question relating to the bookstore. You are, in fact, a sheep and a demon, yes?
Yeah.
From hell and all that? Have you come across any books that are clearly magical or supernatural and just kind of accept them into the bookstore?
That's the premise. It's easier to hide a book among books.
I see. So some of the bookstore wasn't just aesthetic, it was a little bit of intention behind there too, huh?
The initial scam of how to get out of hell was put a sigil in a book and wait until a human finds it, so you can possess
Oh.
them. So you gotta pay it forward for the rest of them. You know, someone's gotta get out of hell eventually. It gets pretty boring.
Okay, so you've got the bookstore and, well, would you say it's like a 1 in 100 chance you pull out a book and it's just like, oh, new demon got their back door?
That sounds wrong.
That sounds wrong.
That sounds very wrong.
New demon got their escape route.
Yeah,
Does that sound better?
it's better. Earth gotcha. Now 50% off.
Earth gotcha. Oh, Lord. You know, fair enough then. Ay. I just try to, stick with the stated phrases, but apparently, backdoor is a little bit more questionable when said in different context, huh?
Out of context, it's bad.
Slightly.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit, a lot more questionable. Alright. Well, fair enough on that. Normally they pay their soul to you for the book, but sometimes if they open up the wrong book, that is just game over, new demon gets to be free. I see.
You can see it less as the demon's gonna be free, but more of you're now cohabitating a body.
Oh.
You're friends forever! Yay! Roommates!
Lovely. I imagine sometimes the matches aren't so great and they just have yelling matches all day, huh?
Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Like she booked up. It is what it is.
And someone mentioning in chat, the demon can't be free if they can't read the summoning phrase. Is that true, or do they just have to open up the sigil?
You gotta do the ritual. You gotta do the ritual.
Okay.
We put the warnings at the end of the book, so most people don't read them.
Oh, alright. That sounds a lot like something a lot of groups do. Whereas, we've put the... Oh, have you ever just been listening to radio? I know not a lot of people listen to radio nowadays, right? But you're listening to radio and they're going over this whole advertisement, and then at the end they have somebody who talks 20 words a second to give you all the warnings.
Like medicine advertisements.
Yes.
Yeah. The speed reading at the end. Like that. Or have you ever looked up a recipe on Pinterest and it's their life story? And then just at the end it says 3 potatoes diced in hot water. That's it.
Yes. So, something like, hey, have you got depression? Try sheepium. Warning. 3 hours worth of warning crammed in 2 seconds ago. Yeah, it's I'm just imagining a warning like that with all the summoning tomes. Ay. Oh geez, fine otaku. It is not my favorite game, but I will ask the question. Otaku is using these interviews as a platform to spread this game.
Garfield Kart is
Quote,
great.
Do
I
you
love
know
Garfield
Saru's
Kart.
favorite game, Garfield Kart? Yeah. Garfield Kart's fun, but it's not my favorite game, Otaku. Come on now. Ay.
Why
But-
play Mario Kart when you can play Garfield Kart? Listen.
You know, fair. I can play Garfield Kart on PC. I can't play Mario Kart on PC. Garfield Kart wins right now.
Yep.
Ay. Otaku doing this same thing in other interviews has led to an entire collab of a bunch of people playing Garfield Kart. So if you ever want to play Garfield Kart, basically pick a day and I can, try to drag some people in.
Yes.
Yes, oh no.
Good deal.
Cloudy, are you ready for this again?
Are we gonna have a VTuber tournament for Garfield Kart? Is that what we're gonna do?
I got no clue. We're just gonna have another Garfield Kart day, huh?
Dude, that'd be nuts though. Oh my god, I just want to imagine that. Just like a super
Ay.
huge open lobby of, oh my god.
I wonder if Hamu has worked out any of the Garfield Kart modding.
If she did, oh boy.
Because I know she was digging around the code, and I think she found "I'm sorry, John" somewhere in the code.
Yep.
The Garfield Kart AOG.
Exactly. Ay. Alright, well... My other question was going to be regarding the tarot readings, but it sounds like we'll be having some talk about that post-stream where I can actually just be like, hey, card reading, me interested. Shiny. But to still ask something about it, you mentioned how earlier on stream you were trying to do more of that or implement that some. In the early bits of streaming where you were trying, how did that go? How did
The
any of those
reading?
readings go?
I was really nervous because I've never done it live to multiple people.
Uh-huh.
So I will get people's names beforehand and I will give them like an emoji or a number. And I'd read them anonymously on stream just because sometimes I don't want to blast their like problems on my
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah.
But it was
That's
pretty
fair
fun,
enough.
but also pretty nerve-wracking. Like they're kind of scary.
Okay.
They're kind of scary to do live.
Yeah, the nerves of difference in scale of performance for that, where it's a lot different one-on-one talking with somebody, right?
Yeah, or like just writing it into an email or over a phone call is so much easier.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. So, well, it sounds like, at the very least, hopefully the nerves have been worked through and are in the past now, as opposed to just, well, if you still get nervous every time with a lot of people around, that's understandable, though, huh? But hopefully you've worked past a lot of those early nerves going forward with, today's time, right?
Yeah, I still get nervous streaming. Like, I still get nervous if I take like a day or two off. It's like, is anyone gonna be there? Do they still like me? Did they forgo?
Oh no, we forgot.
Oh, don't
Lord.
forgo, please.
Oh,
Don't
no.
forgo.
Should we do something to make sure they can never forget? We go even bigger?
Go bigger.
Go
Can I
big.
take a bite out of one of the two planets that I know?
Yeah, one of the two planets that you mention lactose intolerant, so you don't want to take a bite out of the moon. It is actually made of cheese.
That's disgusting. No, you can keep that.
Yeah, it is the mouse moon. I will keep the cheese moon. So, are you
Real
ready?
estate on the mountain must be so cheap.
Do time for the biggest Lulu you will see, right?
Yeah.
Big in 3,
Big.
2, 1. Big. There you go. Welcome to Big.
Welcome to my gravitational field. I saw this coming
Ye-
for a long time. Hello.
Yep. Let's banish the moon real quick. Moon, be gone.
Poof.
Whee. There we go. No cheese around. You are safe.
Sheesh, the gravity's off. Oh no, gotta save them. Hold on.
Gotta save them.
Oh, no, not the sun. Spicy hot,
No,
spicy
no,
hot.
no.
Spicy
so-
hot.
over on the side forward towards Cloudy is where the bite's going to be taken out of. So little lower into the to the side. Yeah, around there.
Ah. Looks tasty.
Is very tasty, I assure you.
What am I taking a bite out of? California, Texas?
Oh.
I'm not sure. If I look at it, it's really hard to wrap my head around the shape of the planet. I'm not sure that's actually like accurate Earth. I never actually took the time, but that looks like
That looks like more Russia.
I feel like that is probably what the African and European continents in some angle, just based on the intersection and the turn, right?
Italy!
All right. Go ahead and take a big old bite.
Ah.
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
For a sheep that doesn't have teeth, holy sheep, that's a big bite.
you know, sometimes the planets, they're just crumbly, you know? You think they're kind of hard and chunky, but when you're this big, it's just kind of like, caramel? It's got a little bit of a crunchy shell on the outside, but it's really just chewy on the inside, right? Like a big old ball of caramel.
Yeah.
So there's your big bite.
That was tasty, thank you.
Yes, the planet is real tasty. I munch on them all the time, so planet's good. You probably got a whole bunch of souls in that bite too, right?
Free real estate!
Yeah, there we go. So, as we're wrapping it up, I have my final 2 questions. As well, we are going to probably be shooting off the raid soon. So, if you have a potential raid target or raid message in mind, start thinking about that, and we will get to that after the questions. So, our 2 questions to wrap up. Question number 1. What is a major goal for the future? Think long-term. Long-term question.
I have a serious answer, and I have my usual answer. I want to get blocked by Gordon Ramsay. Want me living to come on over and knight me in my basement. I'm not leaving. That's disgusting. Come on, do something for me. I want to make more friends in the community. I think I've always neglected the social aspect of it because I'm so awkward.
That's
person.
definitely fair.
Yeah.
It's just a big old collective of introverts trying to be talking to people, right?
Yeah.
You know,
The
the weekly Twitter post of, hey, respond to this and I'll DM you. I want friends, right?
I'm just gonna sip my water.
I'm gonna like it to give you a hint and then never respond because I think you hate me.
Yeah, that's this Twitter space, right? That's everybody here.
Just gonna sip my water.
Ay.
And I want to do more charity streams in this year. I've done a lot last year, but I'm thinking of doing another whole month or something instead of just a week or two. That's an achievable goal, I hope.
Yeah, it sounds reasonable to try to get in touch with more people and to do more charity stuff. So, good. How about same type of question looking forward, but how about immediate plans like next 5 minutes, next week? Short-term plans.
Well, next 5 minutes, I'm gonna get the big gulp. So back up to this kind of thirsty.
You know, you're finally big enough that the big gulp makes sense, right?
Yeah, now it's not adequately sized drink.
Yes. And now it's just like a normal-sized cup as opposed to you could fit your entire family in there and be like, okay, this cup is now an entire swimming pool, right?
A whirlpool. LaCroix whirlpool.
Ay. All right.
My anniversary is coming up next month, in less than a month. So,
all right.
I have more immediate plans, like releasing an original song, and there's upgrades being made to this model. Wink, wonk.
Wink wonk.
There's also the secret project is mostly and a little bit of. That's all I can say about that.
I see. So confidential, huh? All right. Well, it sounds like you've got a lot of plans in your immediate future then, and you've got a celebration coming up as well. So I'm definitely going to have to stop by and be like, Lulu, you're amazing.
Garfield card.
Garfield cards. Alrighty. In that case, as we've reached the end of my questions, unless there's any last minute thoughts either of you want to share, I think it's time to wrap up and figure out who we're rating, right?
I got nothing else, honestly.
I see a question in chat that says,
Oh.
"A person who doesn't like cheese." Impossible.
Oh no. Yeah, we know a few people. Yeah, a few people who are lactose intolerant, but their opinion on it is, screw that, give me the cheese. So, isn't
Hi,
that
I'm a lactose mouse. How you doing?
Yeah.
You all are too brave. You all are too brave. I don't want to get yeeted into the atmosphere even further than I am right now.
We even got Noriko going, give me the cheese too. It's fine. It's fine. If you go, you're probably, at this current time, this current scale, you can probably have your own atmosphere. You don't need to worry about the planet's atmosphere, right? Gravity will just pull the air to you, right?
Gravity.
Oh, I never answered the question on 24-hour Garfield Kart stream when?
When?
When? 24 hours Garfield Kart. I don't think I'm gonna do a 24-hour Garfield Kart stream, okay?
I'll do it.
No.
I'll do it. I don't care. It'd be funny.
If I do something like that, it'd have to be like a subathon or donathon where it's like, okay, you know what? Every X thing gives us more time of Garfield Kart.
Oh my gosh.
How committed are you to your Lord and Savior Garfield? Like,
my brain would. Oh no.
Oh no, indeed, huh?
You know what? That's a challenge. I'm gonna do it.
Oh no. What if someone bought you lasagna? Is lasagna enough to play Garfield Kart, Lulu?
Lasagna? I like lasagna.
Mm.
We could do that. I would do it for free, but I'll also take the lasagna.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a whole spectrum of opinions here, huh? All right. Well, in that case, then, I think it's time that we sign off, wrap it up. Lulu, is there anybody currently online that you'd like us to send the raid to?
Yes, I posted their Twitch name in the super secret chat.
Super secrets.
The super secrets. Yes.
All right. In which case, let me start the raid. And is there... What sort of raid message do you want us to send along with that? Oh, I copy-pasted and it said invalid username. Oh, that's not good.
Remember when I said I can't read? Yeah, it's...
Alright, fair enough. There we go. There we go. The raid is starting then. Alright, in that case, what sort of raid message should we go with? You got full freedom on that as well? We could,
Oh.
Big Lulu, whatever you want to say is good.
Godzilla sheep raid.
Godzilla sheep raid.
Hey.
Alright, Godzilla sheep raid it is.
Yay!
So, hopefully you enjoyed your time as a Godzilla-sized sheep, right?
It was truly the heights of my career. But
I'm glad that I could help bring everything to new heights like that. Really, let's just see atop the world, right?
Oh, thank you so much for having me and letting me destroy your city. I'm part of your planet.
Oh, don't worry. We rebuild it, bi-weekly almost. And listen, You've eaten less of the planet than some guests. Some guests decided, you know what, one bite's not enough, and they kept on biting, huh? But it looks like the raid's about to fire off, so thank you everybody for stopping by the Big SQK Inc. interview. And remember, Godzilla Sheep Raid. Bye.
Bye.